good this C63 Coupé is.
Simply incredible, isn't it? Guys, welcome back to RBR. No need for any flashy VFX on this particular intro, because look at this. This is the Maybach Vision 6 Coupé concept, and it's what I think is probably the best designed car ever. Now, this has been designed by the chief of design of Mercedes Benz, which is Gorden Wagener. It is his baby, and it is an example of what the future of Maybach and Mercedes-Benz could look like. And it's very, very much based on cars from the past, like the legendary SSK, and taking inspiration from the gullwings of the past as well. And today I really just want to show you the little details of this car and how it could point towards what's coming in the future. Now, what I first want to tell you about is what this actually is. It is not a petrol vehicle, it is a concept of an EV car. So it has got 4 electric motors, and they power the car to 738 brake horsepower, a 0 to 60 for a huge car like this of under 4 seconds, and a claimed range of 230 miles off the 90 kilowatt battery inside. So very impressive figures by today's standards. Of course, being a petrol head, when I see something like this, I'm hoping for a V8 or a V12 inside it, but unfortunately that's not the world that we live in anymore. Now, this car in its format is a gullwing, actually, in the coupe format. So to me, it kind of harkens back a little bit to the SLS as well. But really, this is showing you what the luxury side of Mercedes will look like in the future, because there are 4 separate philosophies at Mercedes-Benz now. On one side, you've got Mercedes-Benz itself, which is stuff like S-Class, E-Class, your run-of-the-mill luxurious cars from Mercedes. Then you've got the new EQ side of things, the all-electric setup. You've got AMG with their crazy AMG grille Panamericana, aggressive petrol cars. Then you've got Mercedes Maybach, and this is ultimate luxury, as Gorden Wagener says, and that's what this car shows you. Now, let's go into the design of it, because it absolutely is one of the best cars I've ever seen. Let's start with the front end. It's obviously over-exaggerated in its size. It is a massive car, but because of that, you really can appreciate the design. That's what concept's all about. It's all about appreciating the design language. So you see, we've got muscular shoulders in the car. We've got slim headlights with a typical Mercedes-Benz graphic. You've got the typical lower A-wing that you would find, say, in the sportier Mercedes AMG cars, shown here in a Maybach form. Speaking of Maybach, then you've got the now iconic Maybach grille that we will now see on S-classes in the upcoming GLS Maybach as well, as rumoured. And this grille is the face for the Maybach brand now as well. What I love is having the Mercedes-Benz star on the top as well. I think that's so important for Maybach, rather than having the Maybach logo. The Maybach logo still does exist, however, back there on the C-pillar. The other really cool details on the front, you've got this lovely chrome strip that goes across the car, again harkening back to those older vehicles. And this use of chrome is done quite tastefully again in that A-wing that we had as well, and it's used all over the car as a signature design for the Maybach. Then you'll notice we've got these recesses in the bonnet. Now, this bonnet does not open in the traditional way. It actually opens like this. And both here in the front and in the rear, you'll see really clever use of luggage space with fitted luggage sets and barbecue pieces and bottles and all kinds of things. There's also other little details that I really like. If we look just underneath the windscreen here, the way that this is shaped, how gorgeous does that look? It looks absolutely incredible. And as with most concept cars, you get the wing mirror here, which is not a mirror, it's actually wing cameras, which is nothing revolutionary anymore, but it really lends to the shape of this car. Then you've got the huge 24-inch alloys. I normally don't like concept car alloys, but these are very cool. They remind me of something that Brabus have been doing recently as well. Then we see we've got concept Maybach written on the side here. Again, it's a very typical coupe look for a Mercedes-Benz to have that design there. We've got illuminated sills at the bottom here with a wave design inside them, looking absolutely gorgeous. But to the back, what I love is this window line, it just reminds me of AMG GT. That's exactly what it looks like, isn't it? And then it finishes off with the chrome strip going backwards. Now the rear, completely different to what you'd see on a traditional car or coupe. But that's what's to love about this Vision 6, that it looks familiar, but it's just the right bit of futuristic, isn't it? So you've got this lovely brake light that goes from the top of the roof all the way down to the Mercedes Benz star here. You've got these small windows finished in chrome trims. Again, where I don't like that much use of chrome normally on a Maybach like this, it just looks perfect. And everything is so symmetrical about this design as well. And that's why I like how this brake light kind of emphasizes that fact. You've got the typography of Vision Mercedes Maybach 6 over here. Again, very different to what you'd see on Mercedes or AMG or EQC. Again, it's something that belongs to Maybach and it looks great. But then there are links to our normal cars as well. The way that the diffuser is done, we look at the long bar light of the actual rear brake light itself. It will remind you of EQC, and the graphics inside will remind you of your modern Mercedes-Benz as well. And then finally you see a chrome trim around the side. Obviously no exhaust because it is an EV, but then just generally the shape of it, the way that it just tapers off from a really strong rear shoulder, tapering in a very aerodynamic shape, finishing off into nothing like many of the past concept cars that Mercedes-Benz have done. It just looks mind-blowing, doesn't it? It's like nothing else you've ever seen on the road. And that's what I'm expecting of a Maybach. And if we get a car like this in the future, that's really what I want to see from a Maybach. And generally the shape of it, you've got long bonnet, short greenhouse, and a tapered rear end. This is classic Mercedes-Benz Coupe. It also links nicely, I think, as an AMG customer to their AMG GT, and it brings both of those worlds together, luxury and sport, into a concept. I would love to own a car like this. But now what I really want to see is the Cabriolet. So let's bring the Cabriolet into this equation. Now this is Bruce Wayne's spec, isn't it, guys? Look at this thing, absolutely incredible. Now the difference that you'll see in spec on this, we've obviously got the navy metallic blue paint, but there's rose gold details all over this. And rose gold is something that Gorden Wagener loves to use on his concepts, as I've noticed, but it really works with Maybach. And then you'll see that translated in the interior that we're going to look at in a minute. But just to go over the Cabriolet's design, you haven't got gullwing doors. Obviously, you've got your normal doors, but it still maintains that classic Mercedes-Benz Cabriolet look, but super modern, super luxurious. I love the way it tapers off even more than the coupe, just because of that optical illusion. It just looks incredible. All the rest of the design features, very similar to the coupe. But what I really want to do, I want to show you the interior. So guys, here we are inside the concept Maybach Cabriolet. Now, the shape of this whole interior is very familiar to me. It's the way the S-Class currently kind of swoops around you, but it's super modern. So you've got a LCD screen that goes all the way around the interior, where you've got maps, you've got your seat controls, and obviously it's a super modern version of what you find in current Mercedes-Benz. And you also see other links, so you've got a more analog driver zone, which is nice, so you've got digital plus analog, you've got your air vents as you expect them to be in the middle in the Mercedes-Benz, but then everything is very different as well. This middle part, I don't know what it is, it kind of looks like, I don't know, some kind of electrical signals going through an alien ship. Then you see Mercedes-Benz stars everywhere, like on the seats. We've got it on the rear clips, we've got it on the seat belt as well. The floor is interesting, it's almost like a boat. We know Gorden Wagener loves boats, so you've got that kind of wood finish there, very similar to, you know, very high-end yachts as well. So yes, familiar, but very futuristic. Undoubtedly Mercedes-Benz, but from the future. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that look at both of the Vision 6 Coupe and Cabriolet concepts. I want to see a Maybach Coupe take the spot of luxury, ultimate luxury coupe king at Mercedes-Benz. Let's hope it comes. I hope it's not just an EV. I hope it looks exactly like this. I don't care if it's big. because it's big, but the most gorgeous concept I've ever seen. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video on the concept Maybachs. Please do like, subscribe and share it as always, and I will see you again soon.